Hi everyone. न्यूज़ में कुछ ऐसा important आया which might have passed you by without you giving it the fair attention that it deserves. And that's why we're making this video.
अपनी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स ने इंडिया के क्रिमिनल लॉज को रिफॉर्म करने के लिए एक कमेटी बनाई है एंड राइट नाउ दैट कमेटी इज आस्किंग आर व्यूज टू चेंज लॉज रिलेटेड टू एनडीपीएस 1985. थोड़ा डिटेल में बोलूं तो द नार्कोटिक ड्रग्स एंड साइकोटोपिक सब्सटेंस एक्ट 1985. बट ये एक्ट है क्या एंड इससे हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? तो बात है 1985 की, when this act was passed amid tension and pressure by Nixon's government. This caused cannabis, psychedelics, and many other substances to be illegal in India, and possession of which could lead to 20 years of prison and also a fine up to 2 lakh Indian rupees. वैसे तो इंडिया में ह्यूज हिस्ट्री है कैनबिस को एज अ मेडिसिन सेलिब्रेट करने की, एंड इट इज आल्सो यूज्ड इन रिचुअल्स एंड व्हाट नॉट. बट बाहर से इतना प्रेशर था कि इंडिया हैड टू पास एनडीपीएस.
35 साल हो चुके हैं एनडीपीएस को. अगर आज देखा जाए तो इन यूएसए out of the 50 states, 48 states have legalized or decriminalized the use of cannabis. Oh, how the tables have turned. While the NDPS does cover some very dangerous drugs like cocaine, heroin, morphine, and many others, it has placed huge restrictions on plants and naturally derived substances like ayahuasca, mushrooms, yes, mushrooms, and marijuana, and many others. Now, the plants that I just mentioned are supposed to have psychedelic properties.
The word psychedelics was formed very carefully. ये दो ग्रीक शब्दों से मिलकर बना है. फर्स्ट वन psyche means soul and the second delon means to reveal. Hence, to reveal the soul is something which has been linked to these substances for a long time. आज के टाइम पे काफी सिंथेटिक साइकेडेलिक्स भी यूज होते हैं, but for this video our focus is on entheogen. The word entheogen is used for those plant substances which have psychedelic properties. The adjective entheos translates to English as full of God, inspired, possessed, and it is the root of English word enthusiasm. For the longest time, this plant has been associated by many indigenous cultures to spirituality and enlightenment as well.
हर एक अच्छा टीचर कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा के एग्जाम्पल जरूर देता है. So here are some examples that you need to know about. Let's start with ibogaine, the active ingredient of iboga, a shrub which is used in West African cultures for religious and spiritual rituals. Now, what is freaking mind-blowing is it has been shown and seen that it can cure addiction from opioids like heroin and morphine. You know what else can cure heroin addiction? Nothing. Literally nothing.
Let's take another example. Ayahuasca, a powerful entheogenic substance used by Amazonians for spiritual rituals. Fascinating बात तो ये है कि modern studies have shown a substantial decrease in patients' depression and anxiety over a short term and also long term with just one dose of ayahuasca.
Okay, अब हम एक असली गैंगस्टर की बात करने वाले हैं. You like mushrooms? Yes, mushrooms. That is the next thing that we want to talk about. But not just any mushrooms. A specific kind of mushrooms that is so crazy that we call them magic mushrooms in general. Why magic? Well, Wismay will explain this to you.
A few species of mushrooms have been found to contain psychoactive substance, psilocybin. In 2006, Johns Hopkins University found out that out of 36 participants who had never previously tried psilocybin, 67% of them rated the psilocybin experience to be the top 5 meaningful experience of their life. And it also improved their life, well-being and satisfaction. Another study done on 15 treatment-resistant smokers found that 80% of smokers were biologically confirmed to be abstinent from smoking 6 months after their first dose. यही नहीं, similar results have been found for treatment of alcohol dependence using psilocybin too.
Well, that's not it. There's more to this magic, okay? We're not stopping here. Suno aur zara. The FDA, yani the Food and Drug Administration of USA, has deemed psilocybin as the breakthrough therapy for depression. after seeing significant signs of improvement in treatment-resistant depression. The use of mushrooms is not new. It's been going around for thousands of years and all around the world. It was the Mr. Worldwide even before Pitbull was born. From Africa to America and from Europe to Australia, it's been everywhere. There are plenty of references and description of its magical powers. Since we cannot go over the huge history in this single video, we have compiled a few resources that you can go through and they are in the description below just in case तुम्हारे curiosity के कीड़े कुछ ज़्यादा ही कूद रहे हो.
To end this description of psychedelics with a bang, here's a quote from Rigveda about Soma. Soma is speculated to be an entheogenic drink made from the combination of over 10 herbs. Here's the quote. We have drunk Soma and become immortal. We have attained the light the gods discovered. Now, what may four-man smellies do to harm us? What, O immortal, mortal man's deception?
But what about the harm? Okay. When it comes to harm, let's go back to science.
Here's a chart from a study done by professors from Imperial College London. This chart, as you can tell, shows the harm caused by different substances on personal and societal levels. You can clearly see how alcohol and tobacco are much more harmful than cannabis and psychedelics. You know, अगर सारी research findings को accumulate किया जाए ना, तो we can see psychedelics improve connection with nature and well-being. And they also provide a person with life's meaning and life's purpose. Not only that, they are non-toxic, physically non-addictive, and have fewer side effects. They could also potentially relieve people from depression, anxiety, PTSD, and other mental health disorders.
ये सब सुनने के बाद, don't you think it's the high time for us to reconsider the NDPS Act of 1985? Well, guess what? Thanks to the open consultation on the NDPS Act in 1985, we can provide our views to the committee. Now, the consultation may open the doors to the decriminalization of entheogens. Please note कि हम यहाँ पे decriminalization की बात कर रहे हैं. The open consultation is considering the views on decriminalization and not legalization. Decriminalization is not the same as legalization. The distribution and the sale of controlled substances will be prohibited, but possession and the use of drugs would not be handled as a criminal offense, but instead a public health problem. So you won't end up in jails, but maybe it will be handled by counselors, psychologists, and social workers instead.
We are not saying that decriminalization will be the best strategy for India. There is always another side of a coin. Psychedelics are tools, and just like any other tool, there is a scope of abuse. But with great power comes great responsibility. You know, we should encourage open and true conversation about these substances in our society. We feel decriminalization is the first step towards a better India, which will promote research, education, and therapeutic use of these substances. We hope you understood their potential, and please do give your views to Committee for Reform in Criminal Laws, the link to which is given down in the description box. Also, there is a link to our article, जहाँ हमने सब कुछ डिटेल में दे रखा है, and you will also get help on how to fill that form. So do like this video and share it in your society for better India. Also, please subscribe to our channel. We'll keep releasing regular content related to psychedelics.
And above all, do fill the form.